Hey, it's Tuesday and it's another episode of Shine to Impact TV. Now, last week we talked about what is personal branding and why is it important. Now, this week I want to share with you another important topic when it comes to personal branding because I see that happening all the time. That is the top 4 personal branding mistakes for entrepreneurs. Now, I made some of these mistakes myself too when I first got started. So hopefully this episode will be insightful and helpful for you too. So stay tuned. Hello, if you're here for the very first time, this is Millie Leung from Shine to Impact TV. I share an awesome episode every single week to help you build a business and a life that you truly love. So please do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell too. Okay, let's dive right in and see if you made some of these mistakes yourself and how you can correct them right away. Mistake number 1, casting too wide of an audience net. Now, the one thing that many entrepreneurs are getting wrong when it comes to their personal brand is that they are casting too wide of an audience net, especially when they're just getting started. I mentioned this in previous episodes, but when you narrow down your niche and your ideal client avatar, you become a specialist instead of a generalist. And surprisingly, the easier, faster, and bigger your brand and your business will grow. Why? Because you know exactly where your ideal clients are hanging out. You can focus on creating content that speaks directly to them, which then leads to more targeted leads and higher conversion to paying clients. Also, you'll be able to charge higher prices too, because you'll be seen more of an expert in your client's mind when you niche down. Now, if you want to define your niche and summarize it in one concise and powerful sentence, check out this previous episode. Also, check out this episode on how to define your ideal client avatar. I'll put the link below this video as well. Okay, let's move on to mistake number 2. Mistake number 2, focusing too much on qualifications and credentials. When building a personal brand, there is sometimes a tendency for people to highlight the academic or technical qualifications and credentials. Of course, it is great to have all these qualifications and credentials. However, it is often more important to share useful content and be relatable to your target audience. Because frankly, in your audience mind, what good are all of these qualifications and credentials if they don't even resonate with your values, they don't agree with your perspectives, or if they don't know you, like you, or trust you? I have coaching clients and students who don't have any academic or technical qualifications and credentials, but because they had powerful personal transformation stories and experiences, they were able to establish a powerful, relatable, and highly profitable personal brand. Now, obviously, this varies from niches to niches. If you are a lawyer or an accountant, you obviously need a minimum level of certain qualifications and credentials. But in many cases, it is still very important to share useful content and be relatable to your target audience first. So start by creating posts, blogs, or videos that share useful content to your ideal client, and don't forget to share your personal story. Your personal story is what people want to know. They want to hear about your ups and downs, why you do what you do, your philosophies, and they want to see your personality. People want to be able to get to know you, so don't be afraid to be vulnerable and be transparent. Let people in. Let people understand who you are and what you stand for. Your journey, your fears, your setbacks, your mistakes, and your lesson. People want to hear them and want to see how you push through and become who you are today. Find parts of your life that there are lessons learned and then share those stories and lessons with your audience. For me, I also do the same thing myself. If you watch some of my previous episodes, I share a lot of my own setbacks, mistakes, and lessons too. How I started my first business in year 2011 with less than $400 when my daughter was just a year old. So I had very little time. I had no entrepreneur experience, no network in a new country, and I was rejected by my first 60 potential clients. But through building my own personal brand, I was able to build a profitable business online that I absolutely love. Also, don't pretend to be someone you are not, because if you do that, even if your personal brand becomes big and profitable, you will hate it because you always have to hide under a mask. Now, I know of an influencer who was quite successful and was making great money. However, because of the audience she was trying to attract, she was pretending to be someone she was not. She was pretending to be single, but in fact, she's married and have kids. So she has taught her kids not to call her mommy in the public. And every time she goes out with her family, she had to wear a mask. And she sit on a different table from her husband and her kids. So obviously, you can see that this can be quite tough and put a lot of pressure on herself as well as her family too. So my point is, focus on delivering useful content and be relatable to your target audience. Also, don't pretend to be someone you are not. Plus, let your personality shine through and don't forget to have some fun too. Well, with that said, I want to see who here are fun. In the comments below, leave the word coconut and feel free to add some emoji too to spice it all up. Yep, go ahead, leave a coconut comment below and I'll wait. Yay, did you leave a comment? That's great. Okay, we're ready to move on. Let's move on to the next mistake. Mistake number 3. Don't have a monetization strategy. Yes, unless you just want to be a content creator, you absolutely want to have a monetization strategy in place. In other words, how are you going to leverage your personal brand to bring in profits for your business? Now, this often comes down to 2 things. Point number 1, what are the streams of income you can derive from your personal brand? Now, every niche is different. However, there are often multiple ways that you can leverage your personal brand to bring in money to your business. One of my coaching clients, as soon as we were on niching down and getting clear on her monetization strategy, she was able to increase her monthly profit by over US $25,000 last month. So yes, get clear on your monetization strategy is critical if you want to accelerate your business. Okay, point number 2, understand what kind of content you can create to attract your ideal client. Now, creating content is great and you should absolutely do that. However, a more important piece is how you can create content that drives your sales and convert clients and build your business. Because if you don't get clear on that, you'll just be on a hamster wheel to create content day in and day out. And that can be very exhausting and very demoralizing. And eventually you'll resent your audience and your business. So yes, absolutely have a very clear monetization strategies so that you can turn your personal brand into a thriving business that fills your wallet and your soul. Now, if you'd like to find out more about my one-on-one personal branding coaching and mentoring program, do check out the link in the description below. Mistake number 4, overestimate what you can do in 3 months, but underestimate what you can do in 3 years. I know you might not want to hear this, but building and maintaining an effective personal brand is a lot more than just having a website and a few social media posts. It is about providing your target audience with real value again and again and again. It is all about being consistent. In this noisy digital world, it takes on average 5 to 7 impressions for someone to remember a brand. So it takes time for you to put yourself out there, get in front of the right people over and over again to truly distinguish yourself from your competition and become memorable to your target audience. Rome is not built in one day, so do have faith and be patient with the process. People tend to overestimate what you can do in 3 months, but grossly underestimate what you can do in 3 years. I like to use the analogy of hunting versus farming. Hunting is like you're out there cold calling, prospecting, and chasing your clients. Versus farming, on the other hand, is when you're sharing values and building your personal brand. If you just focus on hunting, yes, you can probably get faster results. However, if you just focus on hunting but you don't do any farming at all, what you find out is that 3 years down the road, you are still just hunting, and that could get very exhausting. Whereas if you spend some of your time to farm, aka to build your personal brand, it may be slower to start, but over the long term, if you sow the right seed, nurture your farm, and take the right actions, it will eventually turn into a beautiful farm that brings you rich harvest and fruits of your labor. So there you have it, the top 4 personal branding mistakes for entrepreneurs, and I really hope that they are helpful for you. Well, I'll share more awesome strategies and tips on personal branding and online marketing in the next episode. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell too. And also, if you like this episode, please like it and share it with your friends too. You have a special gift in you. Believe in yourself and shine and impact the world in a bigger way. Remember, dream big, start small, and act now. With that said, I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Subscribe and hit the bell.